Welcome to Within the Madness, the men's edition. It is, in fact, March 29th. We had a couple games tonight. Teams trying to get their way into the Final Four, man. One team already clinched their way there. We got a game that just started a little while ago. 8 minutes left in the first half, but got to let you know what happened last night. It took an extra period, but the Bruins beat the Crimson Tide 88-78. That was an 11 seed taking down the 2 seed. Once again, another reminder: UCLA they were one of the teams in the play-in game. As Ray's mentioned several times, they still dancing. Their entire starting five scored in double figures. Jocks Jr. and Bernard had 17 apiece, and then Petty Jr. led Bama with 16 points and 5 rebounds. On the west side of things, USC took down Oregon 82-67. White had 22 points, 5 rebounds. Then the Mobley brothers combined for 23 and 14. Omarui led the Ducks with 28 points and 10 rebounds. Going on currently, we got a 1-3 matchup in the South region. That's Baylor taking on Arkansas. Baylor's off to a really, really good start. It's 36-20. Baylor is trying to get to the next round. Earlier tonight, Houston held off Oregon State in that matchup, 67-61. Dejan led the Cougs with 10 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Maurice Kalou led Oregon State with 13 points and 5 rebounds. I'm going to pull up the clips and hear what you guys have to say about that earlier game.
I just felt like Oregon State couldn't really defend Houston guard trio. Quentin Grimes, Marcus Sasser, and DeJon Jarreau. They couldn't do nothing with them because they were on attack from opening tip, and they kind of put Oregon State on their heels in the first half. That's how pretty much Houston was up a dub at halftime. But give Oregon State credit, they fought back. They fought back. They made it tough on Houston and whatnot. But Houston, they're well coached, man. Kevin Sampson got them boys playing. It's not just their aggressive tone. It's aggressiveness with a purpose. They don't really make mistakes. Like even in this game, I think they only had 8 turnovers. Houston only had 8 turnovers. They had 17 assists on 20 made field goals. They attacked so much they got to the free throw line, got 24. They shot 16 of 24 from the free throw line. It's little things like that where they beating you, you don't even realize it. And on top of their defense is they're one of the best defensive teams in the country, and they have been all season. They've been right up there with the Florida States and Baylor's and whatnot. You know what I mean? So with that, they got 3 guys that can go get a bucket at any time. It's tough to defend. Remember what we keep saying? Guard play. Everybody don't have that. You might have one, so we just gonna focus on that one and take him out the game and hope somebody else gonna have to beat us. But you can't do that with Houston. You take Grimes away, you got Sass and Jarreau to go. They got options. You know what I mean? So. And they all 3 different type of guards. I think obviously Quentin Grimes is the best out the 3, but Jarreau ain't no slouch, and Sass ain't no slouch. He's 6'1", but he's a blur. He's tough. He's super athletic, and he'll put points on the board in a hurry. So I think that's just what it was, man. Even though Oregon State was way more efficient, Houston was just relentless, man, and they found a way. And that's at this stage in the tournament, that's all it's about: survive and advance, man.
Right.
Yeah, Houston just jumped on them in the first half, and they honestly gave themselves enough cushion as to where Oregon State is gonna have to do something miraculous to come back. And they almost did. They must have went in at halftime and got some MJ secret stuff. Because man, they poured it on in the second half, and but Houston stayed composed. They got a coach who's been here before, and they were able to handle business down the stretch. Quentin Grimes, he was big in the waning moments of the game. He had 2 big threes, then hit some huge free throws with 28 seconds left. And their defense, like Cadell mentioned, they harassed Ethan Thompson. He was 3 for 12, 11 points. When you force somebody's best player into that type of game, you got a pretty good chance of winning. And Houston, they weren't efficient. They didn't shoot well. They shot 32% from the field. They had 19 offensive rebounds. So you kind of cleaning up your own mess, and and canceling out those mistakes or what have you. So you know, man, Houston, they pretty much just cover all the bases, man. And when you're well rounded like that, you know, you can kind of make up ground. Like tonight, they had an off shooting night, but their defense was on point. You know, and they were still able to produce from their main guys, and they hit the boards. So, I mean, the more boxes you check, the more likely it is that you're gonna win the game. You know, and they're and having a 3-guard trio like that is it's hard to defend, man. It's like when Illinois had D. Brown, Luther Head, and Darren Williams. Like teams not equipped to deal with that. So yeah, man. I'm gonna pray for whoever they gotta play next, because you know, with them dudes coming at you, and then on the other end they strapping up too. That's a long night for anybody. You know, you're gonna have to find a place where you have a clear advantage over them to cancel that out.
All right, just a quick update with Baylor and Arkansas. It's 6:01 left in the first half. Baylor's up by 13. They lead Arkansas 40-27. So we'll definitely let you give you guys a update about that tomorrow night when we check out the next group of teams trying to get to the Final Four. You guys have anything you want to add from tonight?
Baylor different. They're Florida State, but they can score. So that's the difference.
Right? Nope.
Nah.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow night. This is Within the Madness. This was the men's edition. Got the women's edition coming up in just a few minutes.